Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skyazrael.com. I want to talk about a wacky concept that most of you probably won't get. Let's see if we can spread it out and understand it a little bit. There's no such thing as the past. Past doesn't exist. There's never been a past, and there never will be a past. Wrap your head around that. There's no such thing as the past. And you say, well, but Sky, what about these statues and buildings? My house has been here since before I was born. Who built that if there's no past? There's no past. No such thing. The past is a concept, like time or inches. It's intangible. And you say, well, if there's no past, then what is there? There's only now. In the past, what we call the past, this non-existent thing, when your house was built in the 1900s, whenever it was built, that was built in the moment of now. It wasn't built in the past. It was built in the now. There's only successive moments of now. A whole bunch of nows. There's right now. And then there's right now. That previous right now is fleeting. It's gone. It doesn't exist. It only exists for a moment. There's only the moment. You get it? It's interesting because many of us live in the past. We're defined by the past. Society is defined by the past. Our thoughts are defined by the past. Our religious beliefs are defined by the past. It all happened in the past. There's no such thing as the past. When we try to create something real out of what's not real, it can be torture. The past can be torture for people, and it doesn't even exist. It's important to live in the now and not to have our minds so far in the future to where we're writhing around on the floor like Gollum, tortured by some potential that might harm us, some potential threat. Hasn't even come yet, hasn't happened yet. The future is a fantasy. There's no such thing as the future. You will never reach the future. There will never be a future. There is no future and there is no past. Those are concepts. Those are fantasies that you dwell in, that your mind goes to. All there is right here and right now. Some people waste their lives thinking about the future, worried about the future, depressed for the past, feeling guilty and shameful and angry at the past. Waste their lives away. Waste the moment of now. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. To waste a good moment by dwelling on the past or worried about the future. This is the type of stuff that the Buddha talked about. This is the type of stuff that Lao Tzu, from the concept of Taoism, that he talked about. This is also the kind of stuff that Jesus, when he became enlightened, realized that he was an aspect of God, of the universe, that he wasn't just some person walking around on the planet, that he was the planet, he was the stars, he was the totality of everything, all at once. You are creating this moment. Everything you see, everything you hear, every thought you think is just happening in the now. You're creating everything you see as you see it. What does this do for us, thinking in this way, in the moment? Does it give up any plans or any obligation that we have to plot for a course ahead? Does it give us any, does it put us off the hook, I should say, of what happened in our previous years? You're responsible for who you are now. And who you are now is the decisions you make in the now. When you were younger, you were making decisions in the now. You weren't making decisions in the future or the past. At any age point in your life, you have always just been looking at the world as it is now, been thinking about what you need to do and how you need to act in the now. So in some ways, yes, it does let you off the hook for the so-called past, because the past doesn't exist, and we're only as perfect as we are. You know, we're only as flawed as we are. We are who we are. Maybe you will be great, but you just are who you are right now. And the decisions that you make right now are based on just the totality of the things that you know and the memories that you have and all the knowledge that you've put together, and you do the best you can. There's this philosophy, it's a philosophical statement that man, humans, always act rightly. That doesn't mean that you always act right. That's not what it says. Man always acts rightly means that in his own mind, in your own mind, even if it's twisted and confused in your own mind, you think you're doing the right thing for you in the moment. So when we beat ourselves up over this past, this illusion of the past and all the choices that we made that were wrong, you can only just tell yourself, look, the past doesn't exist and I did what I thought was right in the moment. And then it liberates us from the future. What does this kind of living in the moment do for us? It liberates us from the torture of the future. So in the moment, you can decide to live a righteous, virtuous life and build character. You can think about doing that in the now. That may have results that you can benefit from in the future. And when you get to the now that exists in the future, if you can follow that logic, then you can look back on this past moment and say you did the right thing. You're doing a successive process of choosing the right thing in the moment of now. And as long as you're just focused on the moment and doing the right thing now, you know it's going to have good karma and good results in the future. So therefore, you can stop worrying about the future, because you're handling business right now. Success is about handling your business right now. Some people get this kind of stuff, some people don't. Before I just end up looping back on myself and just having to explain the same thing all over again in a redundancy, let's just stop here, and hopefully one of you gets it. Maybe some of you out there get it even more than I do, and you could further explain this. Thanks for watching.